had no other choice. There was only truth. When I opened my eyes, I was brand new. I am forever free, nothing in my way. Field of infinite wisdom, this is where I play. The world is a wild and beautiful place. We are constantly evolving as a human race. I truly believe this is a time for greatness. Everyone is invited to embody the light, living life as love and shining bright. The shackles of fear breaking once and for all. Oh, this is a song for all the rainbow warriors, the brilliant ones leading the way. Hey, 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 ho. Hey, 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 ho. Hey, 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 ho. Hey, 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 ho. Hey, 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 ho. Hey, 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 ho. Unity consciousness weaving across our planet, remembering we are rising as one. The world is a wild and beautiful
know this song.
place.
I love this
We
song.
are constantly evolving as a human race. I truly believe this is a time for greatness. Everyone is invited to embody the light, living life as love and shining bright. The shackles of fear breaking once and for all. Oh, this is a song for all.
Good morning, guys. So good to be with you all again for day 2. Paola in Chiapas. Amazing. San Antonio. But we have a lot of Texans in the room. Welcome all. Welcome back. Day 2. It's such a pleasure. It's such an honor to be with each of you guys in this container. Look at all these settings. Let me press pause on the music. Welcome back. Welcome back for day 2. Day 2, we are going to be working with the I Am Source Codex, that I am an unlimited sovereign creator. We're going to get into that deeper and what that means. And then we're going to work with those beliefs that you may have inside of you that say, nope, I'm not sovereign. I am a victim. I'm not limitless. I am limited as a human being. And we're going to clear them. And so my prayer today is that we all leave this call feeling more empowered, feeling like we are truly the architects, the designers of our life experience. How does that feel? How does that sound? And the reality is, you guys, much of this may not be new for you guys. And some of it may be. Perhaps you just are getting to hear it in a different way than you've heard it before. And the reason that I do this event every year is because it is important to be reminded. Because life happens, human happens, and we get bombarded with mass challenges where we feel crushed by the weight of our life sometimes. And we're like, man, I know this is serving me, but it doesn't feel like it. And it feels like it's too much to handle. So that's why we're here. That's why we're here as a group too, doing this work as a group, because we realize and recognize and feel held and supported, and knowing that we are not alone in this journey. And we sometimes really do just need a reminder of our limitless, boundless, expansive, truest nature. And also, like anything, right? We talked a little bit about this yesterday. It takes some time to really anchor and embody beliefs. You guys are, however old you are, I'm 37. I mean, 37 years of life plus the genetics. We get born into genes epigenetically that are programmed and dispositioned for us to react and respond a certain way. And so we come into this life, and then we have all of these years that are proving and showing evidence of the beliefs that we created as children, because that's what reality does. As you perceive, as you believe, as you perceive, so you experience. So we've just been creating all of this evidence for our own personal limitation. We've been creating all of this evidence for the fact that maybe we're a victim, or maybe we don't have the power that we thought we did. And so that's what we're here doing during these 9 days, is that we are creating new evidence. We are anchoring in new beliefs and creating safety within our nervous system, because that's the key, you guys. How wild. In my own personal discovery, that is what I found. And we're going to see more and more and more information around that, that you can't just work at the mental level. You can't just work at the belief level. Affirmations. How many times have you guys said, maybe especially in the beginning of your spiritual journey, where you're like, I have $1 million, I have $1 million. And you're like, you kind of laugh at it because that doesn't feel real to you. That doesn't feel true to you. And the reality is, if thoughts truly became things like the law of manifestation tries to teach you, then simply by saying that, we would all have $1 million. But we don't, do we? We don't have $1 million. Or maybe you do. And if you do, show us your way. Well, guess what? To actually hold and be able to receive $1 million, you have to have safety in your nervous system. There's something inside of you that says it is not safe to have $1 million. And we can use this as one example, but we can use that same example for everything. There's something inside of you that says you are not safe to be the sovereign creator of your reality. That's not true. And so we're building evidence, creating safety, and creating space. There's all of this stuck residual energy in your body, all of the traumatic experiences, the painful experiences that you've experienced in this lifetime. We often don't know how to actually process that emotion. And we're confused, and we don't have parents that can help us and mirror back to us so that we can understand what it is that we're actually experiencing. And so we have needs that aren't met, and we experience this pain, and then we suppress it, we repress it, we create new beliefs and stories. And so that is actually the unresolved pain and trauma and lack of feeling safe in your body is what's actually keeping each one of you from truly experiencing the life that you want. If there's anything, this desire, this prayer that God gave you to be lived and experienced through you as you, and it has not yet manifested in your world, if you're calling forth love, a beloved, if you're calling forth soul service, and you're like, I'm ready to serve God, let's do this, I'm ready to help others, and it hasn't yet happened for you in your life, it's because you're the architect, you're the designer. You created your own unique sheroes and heroes journey, and you designed it perfectly so that, yep, this is what I want to achieve, accomplish, experience. This is who I want to be in this lifetime. And you reversed engineered it so that you would have all of the limiting beliefs, all of the stories, the epigenetically transferred limitation that's holding you back. And then guess what? We're master alchemists. And as these master alchemists, we now are like, okay, now it gets fun. Okay, what's really there? What's really preventing me? Let me now clean up. Let me alchemize. And the beauty is that all of that pain, all of those limiting beliefs, all of those things that became limitations for you are actually your strengths. Ooh, how amazing is that? All of the things that we think are holding us back, that are weighing us down, that are not serving us, actually become of service to us. So, are you excited? Let's do this work. Let's do this work together, because it's so much more fun to do it in community. And I believe that community is the missing piece. Community is the missing piece for a lot of us. At least it was for me. I was healing in isolation. I was doing this work at home alone for years. Yet when I'd go out in public, I was still triggered and bothered. And it was because there's a difference between the translation between doing the work at home alone and then doing it out in the world, engaging with the world. That's the true training ground. It's easy to regulate your nervous system when you're at home alone and you're not talking to anybody or engaged with anybody that can trigger you. Unless you've got a husband or children at home, then they are your greatest teachers, aren't they? Or your partner. They become your greatest teachers. So let's start, as I love to do. I love that, Melissa. She said, not Lacey calling out my isolationist tendencies. Yeah. Believe me, I was there. They often say, you think you're an energy master, you're a super spiritual person, and then go spend the holidays with your family. I mean, that's really with anything. You think you've done the work, and you have, and be proud of yourself. Pat yourself on the back. But then when you go out into the world and you start engaging with others, that's when you start to get triggered, and you're like, ooh, that's still there. Ooh, okay. That desire to react rather than respond from what I know to be true. So that's embodiment. That's embodiment. And that's what we're here to do. We're taking what you guys know to be true intellectually, that you are God, you are one with God, you are an infinite, limitless creator. You designed this yourself. And now we're working on embodying it, because the body is the interface between the quantum realm. In fact, actually, your body is a quantum computing technology. And so the reason I'm bringing in quantum is because that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. We're going to get a little quantum with it. We're going to get a little science with it, because we've got two brains, two sides. Well, we are bicameral, and humans have two sides of the brain. And so your logical linear brain wants to understand a little bit. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But before we get started, before I do anything in life, I create sacred space, especially if it's important like this. This is important work, you guys. So we're going to create sacred space. And also we're going to bring our energy into the container, because most of you, depending on what part of the world you're in, it might be 3 a.m. We get some people at 3 a.m. and you've had a lot of day, a lot of engagement, a lot of maybe stress, frustration. So your energy may be a little fragmented. And so let's collect it, because the present moment is the only moment that exists right here, right now. So we're going to start with, every day we got a fun little practice. And my intention is to introduce this stuff to you so you can put it in your play box. And then when you're doing this work on your own, you're like, oh, I remember that thing that Lacey showed us, and I really liked that. That was fun. That worked for me. Let's do it. So we talked about tapping. We're going to be tapping all 9 days, you guys. This is the difference between the last couple of years' events and this year's events, is we're bringing it into the body. The body is the missing piece, another missing piece for so many of our healing journeys. Talk therapy is not enough. We have to move the energy that is stuck inside our body. So we're going to start with, I like to mix energy work, intentional work with somatic movement and stuff. So we're going to start by tapping, and you can tap however it feels good to you. I usually tap with I actually kind of tap a little bit more firm than most people. I like to feel it. I like to feel it move through my body. And as you move to other parts of your body, you're going to want to use more of a cupping technique. But what we're doing is we're going to start kind of at the top of our head, and we're just going to set the intention to bring ourselves back into our body, to awaken each part of our body, to kind of, it's like turning the lights on. So we're gonna bring ourselves back into the present moment through this practice. So let's just go ahead. So we're gonna start on the top of the head. And as you do, inviting your crown to open, the crown chakra to open, opening up the crown, and opening it up. It's like a funnel, and it goes up and out to God, to source, to the sun. And you can just tap around. If you want, you can close your eyes, come around the back of the head. You can go around the face. And as we do this, we're letting go of any tension, letting go of any energy that is not your own. You can come down to the chest, kind of come to the back. Literally, we want to tap all parts. You're letting go of any energy that maybe you've picked up, clearing out any denseness, any heaviness. Into the heart, opening the heart. We're going to go down through the center line of our body. So now you're going to come to your solar plexus, down even further to your belly and your stomach and your sacral. Kind of come around the side to your hips. And then come even further down to the womb area. We just tap for another minute. Just allow yourself to tap wherever it feels good. Again, just bringing your awareness into your body. You can even feel yourself acting like a magnet as you draw all of your energy, all of your light, all of your power back to you now. All right, I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes if you haven't done so, and take a big deep breath into your heart. We're going to open sacred ceremonial space, anchoring into the etheric container, portal of transformation that Michelle opened up for us yesterday. So bringing your attention, your awareness to your heart space. Breathing in and out of your heart. And as you do, on each inhalation, your heart opens, expands, like a rose blooming open, just inviting your heart on each in-breath. Maybe some sound or a sigh feels really good to you. We're going to call in the archangels of the horizontal and the vertical plane. Calling in the archangels of the horizontal plane, Archangel Raphael, Michael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Sa. 4 archangels in the 4 corners of west, south, east, and north. Feel their energy and their light as they create a bubble of love and protection around you now. And we request Archangel Michael to lovingly dissolve any and all cords of attachment that are not serving you in this moment. And I like to use the word dissolve because it's less aggressive than cut. So we're going to just dissolve them, just seeing them dissolve away any cords of attachment. And we are setting the intention for each of us to come into full and total energetic sovereignty. Energetic sovereignty. Meaning you're not giving your energy or your power away to any people, places, things, or realities. And if there are any leakages in your energy field, the angels are going to help you right now to patch those up. can't feel your cup if you've got holes in it. So we're going to patch up our container, our cup, so that we can fill it up today. And now we're inviting Archangel Metatron to bring down the ascension grid from the great central sun portaling system all the way through our sun. The stars are portals of light. Just see this beautiful beam of light coming down from the sun, down, down, down through the Earth's atmosphere, and opening up your crown to receive of this light and allowing it to now flood down into your body. Maybe you can feel like this sparkly energy as it starts to turn all of your cells online. Allow yourself to drink in this light as every cell begins to shine like its own individuated sun. Bringing this energy, this light down into the crown, the third eye, cleansing, clearing, and aligning the chakra energy system, meridians and nadis as it flows into your body, bringing it down into the throat, into the heart, cleansing, clearing, and aligning. Anchoring this energy into your heart space now, into the 0 point, the still point, the seat of your soul. We're going to invite Archangel Sandalphon to bring up the New Earth Ascension Grid. This beautiful, radiant stream of light coming up through the Earth's grounding cord, your grounding cord, up, 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 through the Earth's many layers, and then opening up your root to receive of this light. Now allowing this crystalline energy to flow into your body, filling up your lower chakra system, opening, cleansing, clearing, and aligning the root chakra, the sacral, the solar plexus, and now like a straw, sipping this energy up into your heart space. And now feeling, sensing, seeing, and imagining as these two energies of heaven and earth swirl together in your heart. And the two become one, unified in your being. And as they do, a spark of light, and just see this energy flow, this toroidal energy flow, flowing up and out and around your body, up and out and around. This beautiful flow of energy. Opening up your channel, opening yourself up to receive all that is available for you here today. Bringing your attention, your awareness again back into your heart. We're going to take 3 deep breaths, anchoring into this beautiful space, this beautiful energy that you find yourself in. Big deep breath in. 2 more. 1 more. Beautiful. And whenever you're ready, opening back up your eyes and bringing yourself back into the space. How do you guys feel? How do you feel? Do y'all feel a little more present, a little more open, a little more here with us in this container after that practice? Awesome. You feel more love. Perfect. Warm and safe, awakened and calm. Feel lit. I like it. That's a beautiful name. I'm going to hopefully pronounce it as best I can. Vinishri. Vinishri. Beautiful. So good. Rochelle. Oh, wow. That was amazing. I forgot how amazing your meditations are. I love you. Thank you. Yeah. Awesome. We're here. You're here. I love you guys. Let's get into it even more. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to zoom through the 3D details a little bit faster today because many of you were with us yesterday. And then as the days progress, then we'll just drop that off altogether. Where's my share screen button? There it is. Documents, screens. Okay. Welcome back, guys. Day 2. We've opened our sacred space already. 3D details. Again, I just want to, for anyone who's joining us and perhaps didn't get to hear this yesterday, emails are sent out daily. We've got daily email reminders. You get 2 emails a day, actually, an email reminder for our morning calls and an email reminder for our evening calls. Also in those emails, you're going to find information like the daily embodiment rituals. You're going to find links to all of the speakers' free gifts. You're going to find any additional information that needs to be shared that will be shared within there. So I invite you to open those emails, check your emails. If you're not receiving them, check your spam. Another great way is if they are in your spam to reply to the email, and then it indicates to your email service that you want those emails. So reply to me, and then you'll get them in your main email box. Replays. I'm going to fix that. This year, we are not streaming live into Facebook. That we are going to upload the replays into Facebook, but the best place to get them is in our replay portal. The reason we're not streaming live is because apparently between last year and this year, Facebook made some changes and it got too complicated to do. And so we're just going to upload the recordings. Plus, I would rather you guys be live here with me. So replays are going to be uploaded after each session. You should have, and I'll have Alondra drop the link in there for you. This is our replay portal. Our replay portal is completely open to everybody right now. So everybody will have full access to the entire event for 1 week following the event's completion. So March 28th, I think, is a Friday. So you'll have, after the event wraps up, another week of time to catch up on the things that you want to catch up on, watch anything that you want to rewatch. In the event that you say, hey, that sounds awesome, and I want to come back to this again and again, or I need longer than a week, whatever the reason may be, and because you just really love this information and you're like, I'm going to come back to these rituals, or you just really love the really fancy, amazing replay portal, I invite you to purchase the replays. We do have a replay bundle that's only $33, actually, yesterday's slide. So it's $33 right now, which is, again, less than most masterclass play shops cost. So I invite you to do that. And then finally is just my invitation to show up fully here in this container. For those of you that I can see with your Zoom cameras on, Stephen, Bonnie, Joanne, it's amazing to see your faces, to get to engage with you guys in this way. So if you are in a place and space where you can bring your camera on, bring it on. Let's see each other. Let's witness each other. This is truly where transformation lies. There is an invitation to play full out within this container. We're not just, again, listening to this as we're driving, although maybe that's what you have to do now. But I invite you then to listen to the replay when you're sitting down and you have the space to actually go through the practices. And I challenge you. I like that. I struggled with that word for a while, but now I really like that word. Like, I lovingly challenge you to complete all 9 days and all 8 daily embodiment rituals. These are short rituals, you guys. Very short rituals can be completed in under 15 minutes. Yesterday's was only a couple of minutes. In fact, I'm going to show you a couple things. I want to show you the replay portal because there's some confusion around that. And I want to show you, let's do that first. Let me show you that replay portal. Share screen. Here's the replay portal, you guys. It is the confusion that I'm noticing is that people aren't seeing these links up here, these little hyperlinks things. So this is where you're going to navigate the portal. So here's just the homepage. The homepage. Oh, here, let me go to here. So the homepage is just going to look like this. It's going to have your Facebook group link, the Zoom call link is in here, your calendars, place to purchase replays. All of that's going to be found on the homepage. And then all the replays are going to be uploaded in here. So like yesterday was I am divine oneness, I am source. So you'll find the replay right there. And you'll also find the daily embodiment rituals and the unity decrees, the information on the participation contest. And you guys can also talk. We've got lots of places to connect with each other. You can type comments here as well. And then the Divine Mirror speaker sessions from the afternoon for me at least in Texas, are going to be found here. So I'll as soon as that's complete, I upload them into YouTube and then I drop them in the replay portal. So, and then you can find all of the links for all of the speakers. Any of their free gifts are going to be found in here as well. So I want to invite you guys to go back and watch yesterday's Divine Mirror session if you have not already. It was really quite incredible. If I talked and shared as much as I wanted to talk and share with you guys, this would be a 2, 3, 4 year long event because that's how much I want to impart and share. But it's just not possible to get that much done. So we have only a certain amount of time to be able to connect and receive of the wisdom around these codes. So yesterday afternoon, specifically around the code around divine oneness, Michael and I and Shannon led a really beautiful and incredible presentation. And there was a lot of mention and speaking into of the interconnectedness of all things and what it is that we're doing as beings that chose to be here, supporting the evolutionary consciousness of this planet and the planetary cycles. But Michael and I were able to go quite a bit deeper into the beliefs that we have around and the nervousness that maybe we feel around saying the words, I am God. And if you still, when I say that, I can feel the resistance in my body. And I've been doing this work for 3 years now. Like I can still feel a tiny bit of resistance. It's lessened tremendously, but there's a lot within our collective consciousness. Our ego thrives on individuality. And so there's going to be you're going to feel a lot of resistance, and that's what we're working through here. But I want to just invite you that if you didn't feel like that you got to go deep enough into that resistance, Michael and I, in our talk yesterday, we got to go real deep in there. And so it was really a beautiful conversation. And so, yeah, you'll see that we've got today's I am a limitless creator, or I am the limitless creator of my reality. And then we have Zoe Davenport and Neil Gar that are going to be joining us this afternoon. So once those replays get complete, I'll drop them in there. And I don't have this pulled up, but I'm going to pull it up really quick. Oh no, I don't know if I can pull it up here. I'm going to pull it up here. Actually, I want to show you guys. So when we play full out, here we are in the group. When we play full out, what does that look like? Doing the rituals, I'm going to be posting. Look at all these amazing beings. Look at these beautiful faces. This is your soul family. Some of you guys might know these people, like at a soul level. These might be people that you have traveled many lifetimes, not only on this planet, but beyond. Richie Clark. This is a soul brother of mine. I know this guy from many lifetimes. Shannon, one of our speakers. So I just want to let you guys know, first of all, go engage, interact. If you've been craving soul family connection, this is your opportunity. If you're like, I live in XYZ town and we have no spiritual people anywhere around me, I understand that. Like most of my clients are people that struggle finding community. And so I invite you to engage. I invite you to let yourself be seen, because if you don't let yourself be seen, how can your other people see you? How can your friends find you? When we post photos like this, I'm like, oh my gosh, I know that person. How have you ever looked at a photo and you're like, I know that person. Like they look so familiar. It's because it's a soul level recognition that you're undergoing. But what I wanted to come over here and show you is also, I put all the links in here, but here's yesterday's divine daily embodiment ritual challenge. You're going to see we've got 11 comments on here already. So here's the ritual. Once you complete it, pop all on over into the Facebook and under this graphic, or you can do it on your own post. share with us about how it felt, what you experienced. And the rituals are going to get a little bit more in detail and depth. And there's going to be maybe some breakthroughs and some really vulnerable things that might come up for you. Let yourself be seen at the level of comfortability that you have, but please stretch yourself. Please stretch yourself. Many of us have that light worker witch wound where we're afraid of being seen. Believe me, I'm still overcoming that. And every space I enter into, I get nervous. So because there's that residual, like, ooh, are they going to like me? Am I going to mess up? Am I going to, right? So this is a safe space to let yourself be seen. So please be seen. I'm excited to go through all of these. I was looking at them this morning, but I didn't have an opportunity to respond. But look, we've got Michelle, we've got Melissa, we've got Aura, we've got Tammy. All of them are letting themselves be seen, and they're engaging and they're playing full out. And I thank you so much for it. Thank you, thank you, thank you all, Richie. And I'm excited to see more of you show up. And I'm excited that when I go back to that page, there'll be more comments for me to look at. So back over, that's all we've got for that. I'm going to stop share. And great, great, great. Moving through the things. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're going to move into the I Am Source Codex of today. So today's I Am Source Codex. There we are. I'll quickly recap. Morning sessions are with me. Afternoon sessions are 2 Divine Mirror sessions back to back. And what was the other thing? Yeah, that's all. So today, I'm a limitless divine creator. I am a limitless divine creator. I like to start off with shares. I like to start off by letting you guys peek into my world, because it is our life that is essentially our training ground for what it is and why we want to show up in service. And so why is this energy of reclaiming our power around our life and knowing that we are in control, knowing that there's nothing that's happening to us, but that everything in life is happening for us and by us. Because one, it just feels good to live that way. there's a relaxing and a peace and a comfort that we embody when we can truly live our life with that divine knowing. But like many of you, I didn't always believe that. I did not always believe that. I definitely believed that I was the victim. I definitely felt hopeless around my life and being able to create change. And I honestly had no idea how. I knew that I wasn't happy. I knew that I was feeling depressed and alone and confused, but I didn't know how to do anything or what to do about that. And I kind of shared with you guys, and we'll kind of continue that story a little bit. I shared with you all where I had an abusive partner. I had just changed careers from medical device sales to commercial real estate. I was making less than $30,000 a year. And I was living at home with my parents, which I no longer believe to be a bad thing. But at the time, I was very judgmental of myself around that. And I had just started this new career in commercial real estate. And it felt divinely guided. And I say it felt divinely guided through what divine guidance I was receiving at that time. And I started working for this man. And about a few months into working for him, we went on me and my direct mentor, we all went to Austin to go meet with, it was commercial real estate. It was this really high-end architect that we wanted to design a food hall that we were designing here in Houston. And so we traveled to Austin, and in commercial real estate, especially retail, every event is drinking. It's just there's alcohol and people getting belligerent, and that's just common. And there's a lot of money in real estate too. So people throw money around. So it was quite literally part of our job to go to really nice high-end restaurants and to try the menu to see how the concepts are. And so we had a little tour, a food restaurant tour, and we had probably 3 bottles of wine and maybe 5 cocktails, four cocktails each, about a bottle and a half. I mean, a crazy amount of alcohol. And we went back to our hotel space, and I want to preface, they're telling me to preface my guidance to just share a little bit of a trigger warning in the event that this story could be triggering for some. So I just want to let you guys know, but it's got a beautiful ending, I promise. So we go back to the hotel space, and my boss, I essentially, it gets really hazy back at the hotel, and the three of us are all hanging out, and this is gorgeous hotel with a fire pit, and we're all hanging out there. And I barely remember. I was trying to keep up with them. Honestly, I just started working for these two people. I was trying to keep up with the alcohol. I was trying to keep up, and I drank way more than I should have. Because again, outsourcing my power to others. I didn't know when to stop. I didn't say that I had enough. I felt like I needed to present a certain way to be liked by them. Things start to get we get back to the hotel space, and my direct female mentor, she left to go back to her room, and I found myself in this space with my boss, feeling wasted, really drunk, and uncomfortable. And I didn't know what to do. And I didn't have enough confidence to tell him to leave. And so what I did is I excused myself, and I went to the bathroom in my own hotel room, and I curled up on the floor and I fell asleep. I woke up in the bed, didn't know where I was so confused. And then all of a sudden, I could feel that somebody was behind me. My clothes were still on, but there was somebody groping me. And I froze for what felt like an eternity until I mustered the courage and the words to say, "Please leave." He got up, he put his shoes on, he walked out the door. I never looked at him in the face. The next morning, I was so hungover. I called my mom crying. I had texted somebody that I had been seeing at the time multiple times and told my mom everything that happened and didn't know how I was going to handle this. I had to see him. We still had another day of work. And with my mom's love and encouragement, I went to breakfast where the two of them were drinking mimosas. I declined the mimosa, and he acted like nothing happened. And the moment that the female boss went to go get her laptop, he looks at me and he goes, "What happened last night? I found you passed out on the bathroom floor." And he was trying to see what I knew and how much I knew and how much I remembered. I didn't confront him then there. But about 3 weeks later, maybe less than that, probably about a week later, I went into his office and I told him that will never happen again. He tried to gaslight me and make me feel like I was responsible, or, "Oh yeah, we had so much to drink." No, you found me passed out on a bathroom floor and took advantage of me. And what I found out is this man had been doing this, but he had affairs with people on our team, and this was very common. And I realized that the company kind of knew this. So I didn't believe that I had a voice. I didn't believe anyone was going to believe me. And the reality is, I just started working for this company, and this man was one of their top money earners in commercial real estate. There's a lot of money in that space. So were they going to listen to me? Well, they've been allowing this to go on under their roof. So why me? So I said nothing. I didn't believe I had the power to say anything. I continued to work for this man for another 2 years. No other incidents, nothing else happened. But in that 2 years, I shared with you guys, I began my spiritual journey. And in that spiritual journey, I began to realize everything happens for a reason and purpose. I cannot choose to, if I'm going to believe that I am one with God, if I'm going to believe that I'm an aspect of God, am I going to believe that life is happening to me or for me by me? And so in that situation, I got to choose, like, how do I want to really look at this situation? Do I want to believe that this is something that happened to me and I'm a victim of this situation? Or do I want to realize that this has happened? I created this. There's something in my life that created this. And am I going to observe this through that lens and ask myself, what is the lesson here? What is there for me to learn here? And I did. I chose that. And it took some time. And the happy part of the story is, you guys, because we're very multidimensional here and we can talk about this, is that I went real deep into him and my relationship many lifetimes. And him and I kept playing this part for each other. We kept hurting each other. We kept abusing each other. Life after life that we had incarnated into and connected to. Not every life, but and I abused him in another lifetime. And so now he's abusing me. And the reality is if I choose to not forgive him, next life, there could be another, that karmic tie is still there. And so I realized I had a choice. I could forgive him. I could send him love, and I could completely dissolve this karmic relationship. And I did that. I actually was able to, and it actually took me back to, I was actually able to see his higher self and my higher self before we incarnated. And he said, like, this is what we're going to do. Like, we planned it together, essentially, right? Like, I'm going to do this. This is going to offer you the medicine that you need to reclaim your power. And guess what? You're going to stop us from doing this ever again. And I saw his love. He loved me so much. It was this immense amount of love, because our higher selves are only love. And it was so much love. It was like, I love you so much that I'm willing to do this for you. Not just for you, but everybody that you're going to help on the other side of this experience. Because, man, you guys, like, that's a really big wound for women. Like, it's a big wound for humanity in general. And we don't all incarnate as just men or women. Like, I've been a man, you've probably been a woman, right? So it's a wound for us. This wound in relationship, especially around sexual energy and this domination of the masculine, and women giving our power away around sex. And so what a gift he gave me. What a gift he gave me. Because when I came into this massive level of forgiveness, I now know that's why that happened. That's why we designed that. That's why we both created that experience. And now all I hold for him is love. Even who he be today in his still distorted, confused place, I know that he is also God. He is also the divine. I know life is happening for me, by me. I know I designed this. I know I'm the architect. And so my prayer for you guys, it's not about condoning that behavior. I'm not condoning what he did, nor am I condoning that type of behavior moving forward for anybody. It's we are both, and we are human and divine, and the human and me experiencing something pretty awful. And the reality, if I can bring that too, that story is one story of a long thread of experiences of sexual abuse that I've experienced in this life. And that was the final thread for me. And that was what really allowed me to go deep into all of the sexual abuse, all of the perpetrators, all of the people that had hurt me and harmed me, all of the men in this lifetime and beyond. And wow, the amount of love that I was able to embody. I was able to clear so much gunk that was stuck in my system, that was keeping me angry and afraid. And I got to reclaim my power in those spaces. And so that is my prayer for all of you. that you no longer look at your life through the lens of I'm a victim, but instead look at it through the lens of I did choose this in some way. This is happening for me in some way. Can I get curious and start asking the questions so that I can reclaim my power around these things that happened to us in the past? And then you get to live differently moving forward. Because now, anytime we make prayers all the time, you guys, I'm praying all the time. I'm setting forth intentions. This is what I want to experience. And then it doesn't happen that way, right? Something else happens. You're like, and we can take two routes from there. Oh, why did it happen like this? I prayed for it to happen the other way. And now it's okay. Everything happens for a perfect, everything is perfect. There is no such thing. There's nothing other than perfection. Everything is God. Everything is divine. God is all there is. Everything. It's like I love all of the comments here. Thank you guys so much for all of your sweet comments and reflections. And it seems like there's a lot of people that can relate to what I'm sharing. And maybe it's not the exact same story, right? But maybe there's something else in your life that you can relate to where you believed that you were the victim of that experience, and you're still kind of sitting in there in this place of non-forgiveness, anger, rage, frustration, sadness. And that lives within your body. And not only is it living within your body, but it's actually, it's existing within your morphogenetic field, and it is preventing you from living the truly happy, fulfilled life that you came here to live. So if you can't forgive them, forgive them for you. Forgive them for you. Forgive you for you. Because the reality is we're actually our hardest critic, aren't we? Many of us, most of us. I have a few more things I want to share around this. Yeah. So let's get sciencey with it. So sovereignty, when we say, I am the sovereign creator of my reality, what is sovereignty? Sovereignty is supreme power and authority over your life to govern yourself. And the true path of freedom is reclaiming your sovereignty. It's reclaiming your divine birthright, reclaiming your power. And what is the key to reclaiming this? It's radical responsibility. Radical responsibility. The belief that we are separate from God keeps us in victim consciousness because we believe we're separate from everyone else as well. And so we have this idea that somebody can do something to us, or that there is a power higher than us that is orchestrating something, and that we are not in control. But we talked about this yesterday. God, creator, source, gave us a gift. We live in a free will universe. And so we are not a victim of our circumstances. We are not trapped. We are not enslaved. This is not a prison planet, you guys, and we are not powerless. We are the architect. We are the designer. And so I want to talk a little bit about the universal laws of creation. You may have heard of them as the Hermetic laws, Hermetic principles, but they are universal laws. They are literally how our universe operates. Kind of like a computer program, right? You've got to program the rules into the game. These are our rules for our game. And so the first one, the law of mentalism, the all is the mind. Second is the law of correspondence, as above, so below, as within, so without, telling us that everything in our world is a mirror. Everything external to us is reflecting our internal landscape, which is our thoughts, our beliefs, our emotions. So if your external world is not reflecting that which you prefer, then it's time to go within. It's time to do the work. And if your external world is giving you something like, right, that wasn't what you asked for, okay, why did I create this? Why is this showing up for me? The next law is the law of vibration. So, I want for you guys to like remember this really well. I want to show you guys this really awesome Matthias DeStefano, if you know him and his body of work. This was really, the laws of reality are foundational to you mastering this life. So if you don't yet know them, I go deeper into them in my other programs, the New Earth Ascension Academy, and we really work on embodying them. But if you don't know them, so crown, or the crown, the law of mentalism, the mind. The third eye, the law of correspondence. Everything is a mirror. When we think of an eye looking through a mirror, everything is a mirror. Everything as above, so below, as within, so without. The throat, the law of vibration. The heart, the law of rhythm, cycles. The solar plexus, the law of cause and effect. So what we're talking about here is the law of correspondence. Everything is a mirror. The law of vibration, as I vibrate, and this is also the law of resonance, like things resonate and draw together, magnetize together. So this is the law of cause and effect. This is how thoughts become things. This is how we create our world, right? Everything outside of us is happening because of these laws. So again, there's this scientific evidence and proof. It is literally the way in which our universe has been designed, is that you are the creator of your reality simply by what it is that you're embodying. And so if you have within you emotions that are stuck, trauma, beliefs that you did not choose and prefer, then that's the work, right? So that you can be a vibrational and frequency match for that which you are calling forward. The quantum fabric of reality, the field in which you are engaging in, exist within unlimited possibilities. Unlimited possibilities. And when you zoom out and you realize we exist outside of time and space, unlimited possibilities exist right here, right now. Infinite timelines as well. So we're constantly shifting timelines. We're constantly choosing the reality in which we prefer based off of our frequency. And our frequency is comprised of our emotions, our subconscious, the stuff that's stuck and dense in there that we don't even know is there, but also what we are conscious to, which is our thoughts and our emotions. So the law of correspondence, law of vibration, law of cause and effect, nothing happens by chance. Everything is a result of intention and frequency. So what you put out comes back to you. We know that, right? Quantum science, the science of consciousness. How amazing is that? Quantum physics is the science of the smallest particles in existence, atoms and subatomic particles. And these particles literally behave differently upon observation and intention. Again, further proving that we are the ones, our consciousness, our intention, and what we focus on is creating our reality. You are a quantum being. You are the most advanced quantum technology that was ever created. But guess what? You forgot how to operate your own technology. And that's what we're remembering today. That's what we're remembering in this lifetime. So you are a vibrational field of infinite potential. And the only thing limiting you is your programming. So when you reclaim your sovereignty and you understand the quantum reality, when you understand the universal laws of reality, when you begin to truly embody the fact that you are one with God, you are source in human form. You are the creator of your life. You are here to remember your power and to wield it with love, wisdom, and radical responsibility. So if you are one with God and you are a master creator, how can you also be a victim? So every situation in our life is an opportunity for growth and transformation. Every moment you have a choice, how you perceive, how you feel, and how you respond. Nobody can make you feel any which way. And in our relationships, that's a place where we really need to take responsibility a lot of times, right? You made me feel sad. You made me angry. They can't make you feel anything. And we saw that image yesterday as well, the triggers, right? The path to healing is not, the original image was trigger, emotional, or like an unmet need, right? And then you have a physical, visceral reaction. You feel pain, you feel uncomfortable, and then you have emotion. I take that back. There are no bad emotions. You have emotions that are uncomfortable, where you feel, and then you have thoughts that are uncomfortable, and then you create and anchor beliefs to protect you. The reverse of that, the healing journey of that, is to be triggered, because you can't avoid being triggered. You will never, never, ever eliminate all your triggers in life, unless you're Amma or you're practicing Buddha. So the healing version of that would be to be triggered, and then to say, okay, this trigger, what's happening now is not about this person. It's not about what just happened. It was not about what just was said. Instead, this is something in the past and I'm being triggered because my defense mechanisms are saying, keep me safe, keep me safe. And so instead, stopping, pausing, breathing, detaching from the person, detaching from the situation, and then pulling back. And then you say, okay, why is this showing up for me? What is this bringing up for me? What does this remind me of? Have I experienced anything like this before? What beliefs, what emotions, where does this feel gross in my body? And in that exploration process, that's the substance of alchemy. That's the stuff. That's the good stuff. You guys, I used to think that when I got psychically attacked, I was like, no, now I'm like, bring it on, bring it on. Because what they think they are doing is creating pain and confusion. But what they're really doing, because we're master alchemists and master energy workers, is they're giving us the stuff that we need to grow and expand. So thank you. Right? We become more masterful, because when people are trying to throw us off, we're like, ooh, I got this. Ooh. And we get better and better at dodging the stuff. And we get better and better at learning, okay, I need to have better boundaries. I need to clear my energy more, whatever that is, right? We just become more masterful. How amazing is that? So all of life is serving and supporting your highest good. Always, 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 always. How does that feel? How does that sound? How does that land for you guys? Any questions that you may have around that? Let me see what's in here. I saw Alondra shared a question. How to know if you have to confront them to get over it, or just forgive and not approach them? I love that. That's a great question. For me, so I could say how I handle it in that particular situation, but what feels more relevant is how to know. You'll have to know. You'll have to feel into your body whether or not that person is going to openly and lovingly receive what it is that you have to share. And you have to really recognize, am I coming from a place where I want to fix them, where I want to teach them? I want them to know that they did me wrong and they need to figure, or are you coming from a place where it's, I want to share my truth and I don't care how they respond. I'm not looking for validation of my pain. I'm not looking for an apology. Because for me, I actually had to forgive these people knowing I would never get an apology. Never. And so what I did, for me, my choice was to confront or connect to their highest self. And I connected to their highest self. And I said all the things I wanted to say. I let it out. I was like, and I told them off and I let my human really be human, but I did it to their higher self instead of directly to the person. And that's what felt most aligned for me, because that's what felt most safe, and that's enough. That is enough. So if it's somebody that's really important in your life that you anticipate wanting to keep in your life, then you probably want to talk to them about it, because if they value you enough, they're going to want to know, and they're going to want to work on this with you. But if it's somebody that you don't anticipate having in your life, somebody that you feel might be toxic, and then your relationship is done with, let it go. Let them go and do the work on yourself by yourself. Try to let go of that need to, because I have that really strong, to try to fix them or save them. They need to know what they did to me. They need to know. But letting that go, like, they do know. They know what they did. And they might not in this lifetime come to the full realization. They may never feel sorry. And that's okay. As a human, part of them is sorry. The part of them that but also at the same time, the sorry, in addition to you're welcome. I'm sorry that it hurts, but you're so welcome, because this pain is going to become your expansion, your power. Yes. Why not? Why is this happening to me? But or why is this happening? And what am I supposed to learn from this? Be more. That's great. Your coal. Yeah. Taking your coal and turning it into diamonds. Absolutely. How do you get out of the shame, regret, anger, sorrow once you commit to the truth of everything we live, we choose? That's what we're going to do here today. I'm going to show you some practices. It's not going to clear out every bit of your shame, sorrow, anger, and regret. That would be, if we could do that in 20 minutes here together, like, woo, that would be amazing. But what we're going to do today is we're going to start working through some of that. We're going to start clearing out that shame, sorrow, anger, regret. What a perfect segue. Y'all want to move into the practice? Let's move into the practice. Let's actually do that right now. And you guys, and I'm sharing this with you so you can learn and add these tools to your toolbox. And in the event, I'll just trickle drip this out here. In the event that you're like, awesome, I know all the things already. I have all those tools in my box, but my missing link is doing the work, or my missing link is doing that work in community, or I just think it's more fun to do it in community, or right, like, or I actually don't know these things yet. If any of that is you, I will have an offer that I'm going to share with you guys in the coming days, not now, called Soul Alchemy, which is designed to support you as an accelerator to do the work. It's going to be 7 weeks of doing the work. So if that sounds exciting, stay tuned. More information to come on that. But I'm here about doing the work. I am here to create sacred spaces, safe, sacred spaces where we can come together. We can go down, we can excavate, we can feel, we can love, we can accept, we can heal, we can integrate. And then we can tap into, what are we creating? What are we calling forward? Right? So that is what I'm committed to creating and cultivating and holding space for. So if there is a desire, a yearning for that, then I'll share more share opportunities for that in the future. Let me see if there's anything else. Okay, let's do this practice. Let's do it. I found out that the music I shared with you guys yesterday did not play. So I'm gonna make sure I get that done. There we go. All right. Yeah. Music, sound, frequencies. It's such a beautiful, it kind of helps hold us like a warm hug, but it's also helping dissipate as we release. Ooh, that feels really good. Thank you. The dragons just came in really powerfully. I just all of a sudden like dragon energy. So, yeah, perfect. Thank you. If you guys see me talking to myself, it is technically me talking to myself. It's my higher self who just speaks in my brain sometimes. So thank you for allowing me to express in that way. So dragon energy, the dragons are, we last year dragon energy, but this year the dragons are really good at chomping up the pain, chomping up the gunk. They love it. They're like Mama Gaia, where they transmute it into usable energy. So before we get started in this work, I invite you all to just go ahead and close down your eyes. Bring your attention, your awareness to your heart. Take in some deep breaths. We're going to call in God, Source, Creator, the infinite, the all that is, to be here with us now, to be felt within us and around us, supporting us in feeling safe. So safe, so held, so loved. And we ask God to support us in everything that we do here today. as we undergo an alchemical journey, practice, letting go of anything that isn't serving us so that we can step into our highest power. And we call in the dragons, dragons of 100% pure light and love. Hi, I'm back. Goodness gracious. Right in the middle. Okay. That's why we have Alondra, our earth angel here, holding the call, holding the space for us. Too hot to handle. I love that. Too much power. You guys, God is always supporting and always serving in our highest favor. Right before this call, all of the power went out on our entire block except for our house. Our house was, I could hear the generator across the street. Our house was the only one with power. So I guess we just had to do a little bleep. Okay, back into it. Let's go. Eyes closed down, coming into your heart. Let me share my music again. That power of God, y'all, and the dragons. Woo! And now I invite you all to say out loud, I am the limitless sovereign creator of my life. And then with your eyes closed, I want you to feel and notice if there's any resistance in your body. You can say it again and just notice, is there any tightness? Is there any part of you that is like, ooh? I am the limitless, sovereign creator of my life. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, nope, not my truth, 10 being like, yep, embodying that every day. On a scale of 1 to 10, how true is that to you? How true does that feel to you? You can drop it in the chat, or you can just keep it in your mind and your heart. Erica Marie landing on a 10. Go, girl. I love that so many of you are already there. Awesome, 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 awesome. We already worked through quite a bit of that, didn't we? Closing your eyes back down. Once again, just feeling into any resistance that might be there. And we're going to now go into the emotions. We're going to go into the emotions. Is there any part of you that is experiencing self-doubt? Is there any part of you that is feeling a lack of self-belief? You don't feel confident in yourself. Is there any part of you, and just feeling these emotions, feeling it inside your body too, feeling that resistance, and maybe you'll get a sense of awareness, like it's my inner child, it's my inner feminine that feels the provoker. Fantastic. And just feeling these emotions. And I'm going to invite you now, as we start to feel into these emotions, to begin tapping. And we're going to make it easy and just tap on your chest. You can tap on the sternum and all in that area around there. And just going to tap on the chest as you're feeling into these emotions. We're going to go deeper in these emotions. Is there any part of you that feels entrapped or enslaved? Is there any part of you that's feeling enslaved, like life is happening to you? You are the victim. Is there any part that feels anger or rage? Anger or rage around being controlled, around not getting what you want, around praying for something over and over again for years and not getting to experience it. Maybe there's sadness there. Is there any part of you that feels sad? Any part of you that feels doubt, anxiety, worry? What about the part of you that might be afraid? What would that mean to be limitless? What would that mean to be fully in control? And we're going to go even deeper now into these beliefs, continuing to tap. The tapping is telling your body and your nervous system, I am safe. And as these emotions are coming up in your nervous system, you are clearing them out because tapping is working with the meridians. So you're clearing these emotions out of your body. So the tapping, and maybe you want to breathe, maybe you want to move, however you move energy, all of that is welcome here because we're going to go into these limiting beliefs. And I want you to feel it. I want you to feel where it's in your body, and I want you to move through it. Do you feel that you are a victim? I am a victim of my past. Yes, ancestral fear. What does that look like, Ingrid? What's the fear there? The exact fear there. I am powerless. You can tap around your head. I really love the head for this as well, around the head and the face. I am powerless over my circumstances. I am powerless to change my life. I am not in control of my life. I am controlled by fate and destiny. I am at the mercy of external choices. I am unable to break free. The past is controlling me. I am stuck in patterns that I cannot change. I am stuck in the past. I am not capable. I am not strong enough. I don't have the discipline or the motivation to succeed. I am not deserving of success or a life I love. Just noticing any of these phrases feel really triggering to you or really strong, and just breathing through it, moving through it, tapping through it. We're not emotionally bypassing here. We're welcoming all of that to show up right here, right now. God is holding us, and we are safe to fully feel all of the anger, all of the rage, all of the sadness, all of the fear, all of the limitation. What about I am limited? I am not creative. I am not talented. I am not skilled. I don't know what to do. I am not enough. Does any part of you believe these things? Does any part of you feel these things? And we're going to talk to this part of you right now and say, beloved, man, do we feel you? You felt powerless for a long time. You were told that you are not in charge. It's natural for you to feel stuck. It's natural for you to feel confusion. I'm so sorry that these things happened to you. I'm so sorry that you were hurt. I'm so sorry that you're feeling pain and that you felt like you had to protect yourself. But what I know to be true is that you have big dreams. You want to be happy. You want to experience fulfillment. You want to live a life of purpose and joy and bliss. You want to show up and serve others. You want to write books and create big things. You want to be seen. You have big dreams that you want to fulfill. And all of those dreams are available for you on the other side of letting all of these beliefs go. How would it feel? How would it feel if we truly were the master creator of our reality? How awesome would that be? How awesome would it be if the limitless possibilities were truly available to you? No limitation, no bounds. Whatever you want to create, have, be, do, and experience in this life. We all want the same thing, all parts of you. The inner child, the inner masculine, the inner critic, the inner provocateur. So let's team up. Let's do this together. All of us and God. All of us in source. All of us in the divine. Let's do this together. Let's trust and let's try something new. Let's try on what it's like to truly be the sovereign creator of our reality. Continuing to tap, continuing to move. We're going to tap in these new beliefs. We're going to tap in these new reframed power statements. So I invite you to keep tapping and to speak after me. I am the sovereign creator of my reality. I am in control of my destiny. I am capable of shaping my reality. I am the architect of my life. I designed this all. All of this is for my highest good. I am the author of my life story. I am infinitely powerful. I am in full command of my life. I am free to create beyond all limitations. I am an unstoppable force of creation. I am that I am, and I am enough. You can stop tapping now and keeping your eyes closed, bringing your attention into your heart space again. Just noticing what's shifted in your body, noticing if that resistance has dissipated, noticing if you feel light, airy, tingly, and expansive. And now we're going to repeat that phrase one more time. And I want you to feel in your body on a scale of 1 to 10, how true is this phrase for you now? I am the limitless sovereign creator of my life. I am the limitless sovereign creator of my life. How true is that for you? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being 100%, maybe it's an 11, maybe it's a 12. Share with us in the chat. Did you notice a shift? We got an 11 in here. A 10, a 9, 10. From a 3 to a 4. Beautiful. A beautiful welcome shift. I mean, can we celebrate from a 3 to a 4? That is amazing. We sometimes think we want this huge shift from like a 2 to a 10. And that is possible. But what the beauty is with this technique and these practices is you can come back to this video, or you can just do it on your own, or you can enlist in a program and you can keep doing it. And it's like the onion, and you're peeling back all the layers. And if you think about how much of your life you've experienced telling you you're not enough, you're the victim, you are powerless, there's quite a bit of that's lodged in the nervous system, lodged in your unconscious programming. And so we're pulling it out, we're extracting it, we're lovingly inviting it, right, is probably the better terminology. We're lovingly inviting it to surface. And it's parts work as well. Because we're like, okay, what part of us is in resistance? Is it this part of me? Let me hold that part of me. Is it the inner child? Come here, darling. Of course you feel powerless. You were told you were powerless your whole life. Adults were in charge. But you do what I say because I tell you so, right? So of course our inner child's going to feel powerless. So coddling those parts of us, holding those parts of us, loving those parts of us. Bonnie said she made herself laugh because she struggles with being a rule follower. Instead of saying limitless, she said lawless. She's a lawless. I love that, Bonnie. I really love that for you. Bonnie wants to be lawless. Wow, that was amazing, says Rachel. Awesome. Such a powerful pep talk, feeling good, feeling pumped, ready to be the sovereign creator of your life. Awesome. I try to meet us all where we're at. So we work really basic because this is obviously group work. So when you do group work, it's a little bit different than when you do one-on-one work. I love one-on-one work because we can go real deep with what's really specific to you. And we can really engage with the inner child, the inner critic, the inner masculine, the inner feminine, the ego parts of us. But in this work specifically, Rochelle, thank you, darling. In this container, we kind of do a more generalized overview of these codes. Erica says today was exceptionally perfect. I can get there. It's staying there, especially if you hear the stuff that takes you back to your inner child. I totally get that. And that's the work, is that, okay, well, here's an invitation. Tapping is a miracle tool. It really is, you guys. If you are hearing stuff about your inner child, or your parents are talking, or you are thinking about that, tap right away. Start tapping, because the emotion is coming up because it wants to be processed. And the missing piece is that we don't have the tools to process it. There's a reason why most therapies are going to somatic therapies. Soma means body. So when your talk therapy is re-traumatizing, because you're just talking about the same pain again and again and reliving it again and again. That doesn't do us any good. So what do we do instead? If you were to talk to somebody and be tapping and moving and breathing and moving what's coming up for you, then you're creating real and lasting transformation, because you're not re-traumatizing yourself. You're not reliving the experience in the same place of pain. Instead, tapping is literally working directly with your nervous system, and it is telling your nervous system, I am safe, 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 I am safe. So when you're hearing these triggering things, these experiences, or even remembering these really difficult experiences, creating safety in your body by touch. It's the tapping that works with your nervous system, but it's also the touch. So I invite you to use that tool whenever you feel triggered, whenever you feel frustrated, bothered. It's a miracle tool. We'll go into it a little bit more, and we're going to talk more about tapping and the science behind it, but we can't do it all in one day. We got to save some stuff for later in the journey. So we'll talk more about tapping and why tapping is so incredible, and also how it works. But for now, just experience it. If you tap for 5 minutes, you will viscerally experience a huge shift in your energy. Your mind will quiet down. You'll feel safe in your body. Your mind won't be racing anymore, and you'll experience clarity so you can think clearer. So tapping is a miracle tool. I love it. I've done stuff like this before in the moment in front, even as I even have a fidget ring, and they have made fun of me. So I have had to push many away, even family. I'm so sorry to hear that. I really am. I'm so sorry to hear that. It is my prayer that we aren't looked at as strange for meeting our needs. Have you guys seen children or adults, anybody that they consider on the spectrum, right? It's like spectrum, but they call it stimming. Have you ever seen that where they shake, they rock, they hold themselves? That's what we should all be doing. They are doing it right. They're processing the energy that's coming up for them in the exact moment. If we could learn how to manage our own energy that way, the way that they do with stimming, then her son does it. Yes, rocking, humming, all of those things. And I'm glad that you created boundaries where you needed to. But you guys, I tap everywhere. I was in the airport. I had 2 people come up to me and say, "Oh, you're tapping." I'm like, "Yeah." And it was awesome because the airport's got a lot of energy. It's an intense psychic field, and I was feeling overwhelmed, and I was like, okay, I'm going to tap. So there I was tapping, and people loved it. People who know. So the more that we do this, the more that we unapologetically regulate our nervous system in public, the more everyone will not think that we're so weird. And so it takes people like you and me that are like, I'm just going to do the thing because it feels good. I have a lot of friends that they'll be in the airport and they're stretching, they're doing yoga, and you better believe people are looking at them like, what is that person doing? But they're taking care of themselves. They're taking care of their nervous system. They're taking care of their energy body, their physical body. So yeah, I'm sorry that you didn't feel that it was a safe space with your family and friends, but that's why we have these types of containers where this is a safe space for us to do this work and to go deeper than, and it's okay that our loved ones don't always have the capacity or the open heart and mind. And that's okay. We love them for where they're at. So I want to go over a couple our embodied ritual for today. So this is, again, my invitation is now you take this. We've started to do some of the work. Rome wasn't built in a day, and your healing is not going to take place in one day, right? We know that. And so where do we go from here? We embody it. So let me first show you the day 2 embodiment ritual. This is a quantum creation ritual. The ritual invites you to first clear your space, clear your energy, light a candle, call in God, and become fully present in your heart. And then you can script out writing, or you can script out verbally. I prefer to use my voice. So I have a voice noting app, and I just dictate for me, whichever feels good for you. And you just script out a day in your life as if it has already happened, expressing deep gratitude and allowing yourself to feel the emotions fully. So what could that look like? That could look like, wow, I open my eyes and I am in the most gorgeous home. The room is spacious. The windows are big and the sun is shining through. And I just immediately feel gratitude. I get out of bed and I have this slow and spacious morning. I take my organic coffee with Shilajit on the porch, and and you're just scripting it out as to like what would be the most perfect dreamy day. And again, feeling into the emotions, feeling into the gratitude. After I finish my morning coffee, I've got 5 clients that I'm serving. And I am so excited to support these people because every single one of them, and you're just scripting it out, feeling into it after you're done. And I say, start from the moment you wake up to going to bed, just feeling, and it might take 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever feels good for you. Seal it with your hand on your heart connecting to God, connecting to source, creator. You guys know I use God because the God is the shortest thing. But when I say God, I mean all that is. I mean creator, I mean divine, whatever word you want to use. I welcome, please replace that. Please replace that as it feels comfortable and best for you. So yeah, connecting to your heart, trusting in the perfect divine unfolding of your co-creation, because it's not just you creating this, it's you and God creating this. And then my invitation is to make it even more real, and allow us to amplify your prayers and intentions by sharing in the Facebook group. This graphic will be in there, just like I showed you guys earlier. Drop it into the Facebook group and share with us a little bit about what your future contains. And I worded it that way intentionally, because again, I don't believe that our dreams are if this happens, I believe it's when, and when is always perfect divine timing. And they're probably going to unfold even more magical, dreamy than you could ever create with your logical mind. So that trust and the perfect unfolding. So share in the Facebook group, share with us your dreams, share with us your vision. And then we're going to comment, we're going to acknowledge, we're going to celebrate each other, because that's what Soul Family does. Because when we celebrate other people's dreams, have you ever heard bless that which you, actually, I don't remember the phrase exactly, but like bless that which you want. So when you see somebody else living the life of their dreams, you can either be jealous, or you can say, oh, that's coming for me too. And you can bless it up and say, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you're only inviting more of that into your own life. So we're going to acknowledge our brothers and sisters. We're going to cheer them on. And then we do have a contest running right now. So it's a participation contest, meaning if you complete the embodiment rituals and you share in the group Facebook that you've completed them or something, anything, then you will be eligible to receive a free scholarship for Angelic Reiki, April 4th through 6th. It's a 3-day online weekend. And if you can't make it then you can try one of the other ones I do. And when I say Angelic Reiki, it's a form of energy healing, but it's also a form of channeling. When I learned this particular form of this practice and modality, it completely opened up my ability to communicate with spirit, to communicate with God, to communicate with the divine. It opened up my intuition. I became more intuitive and more connected. It opened up so much for me. And I don't really use it as like a healing modality. I use it for so much more, but it also is incredible for that too. Alondra here. I mean, there's many people that have all sorts of, I have many Angelic Reiki healing miracles that have taken place, but it's so much more than that. This is energy mastery. I'm big on energy mastery. And this tool is teaching you how to master your energy and how to channel and work with higher dimensional beings. If you are like, I saw somebody put it in intention, they're like, I want to learn how to work with Ascended Masters. Awesome. That's exactly what this is. We learn how to work with Ascended Masters. We learn how to work with God, with the mother aspect of God, the father aspect of God. We get to work with lots of different energies depending on what it is that we need, or if we want to help others. So it is a certification as well. So you will be certified at the end. And if you're like, hey, that sounds cool, but it's not that exciting. If you win, there's another offer. So you've got a couple options for offers. And I'll give more information about that later. This afternoon, we've got 2 speakers, 2 incredible beings coming to share their wisdom. Zoe Davenport, she is a speaker, a writer, a spiritual mentor, and she's dedicated to being a catalyst to connecting others to their highest potential and wisdom within. I've been following this woman for so many years, and she is an ascension guide. She's an ascension teacher. She is star-seated, light warrior, light worker, whatever words you want to use. And she's really quite incredible. She's a wealth of wisdom, and she's got some really cool free gifts that she's going to share. And then we've got Neil Gar. This man is he's the founder to Portal Ascension, which is a conscious event production company, and they host a wider range of events. a lot of their events are around star seeds, around like Lemuria, Atlantis, the Orion star system. So he has a lot of really cool, interesting star-seeded explorers and that share and speak on these events. And he himself is a philosopher, historian, researcher, and spoken word artist. And he presents his research on ancient wisdom, future science of sound, vibration, frequency, and so much more, and serving and supporting to create unity and peace on earth. So an incredible soul brother. I'm just deeply and profoundly grateful that both of them said yes to being a part of this experience. And I'm excited for you guys to hear from them both. So come back this afternoon and you'll get to hear the two of them sharing their wisdom, and so much more, whatever comes through. It's really usually quite organic and in service to you all. So that's all we've got for today. That is it. That is what we're working with. And so I so look forward to seeing you guys. And again, about another 2 hours and some change. If you got to go, I'll see y'all later, or come back for tomorrow morning, day 3 in our morning session. And then I'm going to, as always, just so you guys know, we've got circle shares. So I'm going to hold this call for the next 20 minutes, sometimes longer, and we're going to open it up to hear from you guys. So let's go in even deeper around this conversation. If there's some stuff that came up for you around resistance, some limiting beliefs, if it came up for you, I guarantee you, most of us can relate to that. So I want to hear from you. What came up for you in that practice? Is there anything or any part of you or any revelation that you experienced? You're like, oh, wow, I didn't know or recognize that part of me was, what was the one affirmation? Yeah, I didn't know part of me didn't believe that I was creative, for example. Maybe you're like, I always thought I was creative. But then when you said that affirmation or heard it, part of you were like, ooh, I don't know if I'm that. So, because creativity is a big part of being a creator. So we worked with limitlessness, the idea of, are you limited or are you limitless? We worked with sovereignty, which is the power. Like, do you have the power or somebody else creating life for you? Are you the victim or are you the orchestrator? And then we worked with the creator energies. You are a creator. You are creative, and you are able to, you might think that you don't know. You might think that you're lost. You might think it might feel like you've lost your way, but you designed it all perfectly. You were never lost. You were never off your purpose. You were never off path. And so I hope and pray that all of you remember that you deeply and profoundly, yes, oh, I am the limitless divine sovereign creator. Yes. Beautiful. Oh, I love it. Danielle says, thank you. Today was a good breakthrough for me. Amazing. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear that. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are beautiful. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you for your patience too. Day one's always a little chaotic, energetically and just technology wise. So today felt real good, real nice and smooth. Ooh, I like that. She says, I hadn't heard the term, but thank you for reframing that way. Her son, when he thrashes around, she calls it spazzing. Stemming. Have you heard of stemming? Stemming is they call it stemming, STEMING. And it's really anything that anyone does to move energy. And it's usually movement. So it's like, movement, shaking, jumping, like, kids do that. They intuitively just know that they need to move the energy from their body. And so they do that. We as adults created we have this film of, oh no, I can't do that, or that would look weird, or, and so we've made it wrong to move. We've made it wrong to scream when we need to scream, not at somebody, but in general. We've made it wrong to emote. We've made it wrong to like truly feel our feelings and emotions. And we've dimmed our light and we've demonized certain emotions, saying, no, anger is bad. Shame is bad. Like all of these emotions are bad, where none of these emotions are bad. All of this is biofeedback. biofeedback. Your emotions are biofeedback. And they're telling you something's off, you need to shift, you need to do something. So if you feel angry, anger actually, in the positive sense, creates transformation. It makes us take action. Sometimes we need to get a little angry so that we can do something about it for ourselves too. So, sadness is saying like, there's something, I'm hurt. Something hurt me. I just feel hurt by that. So let me sit into this. Shame is telling you that part of you doesn't feel worthy. Part of you feels wrong and bad and is in judgment around who you be and what you did. So all of this is just biofeedback communicating to you. Who was it? Jim Carrey, I think, talked about depression. His quote was like, depression is your avatar saying it's tired of playing the character that you've chosen. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly right. It's like, we've chosen this character. We've chosen this role. We've molded and shaped ourselves to fit in a certain way by society. And then no wonder we end up depressed. No wonder, because it's not authentic to who we really are. And we feel small and held back, and we're not getting to express ourselves. And that is a need. We talked about unmet needs. They often don't talk about that with children. Children, they talk about the needs. Oh, they need shelter. They need food. They need love. They need to be expressed. They need to express themselves fully. We need to express ourselves fully. And especially in those, more toddler years, when you start to come into your own, you start to find out who you are, and you start to push the boundaries. You start to realize I'm individual, I'm different. We need to express. And somewhere in that, a parent that said, "You're being too loud." Ooh, okay, I'll be quieter. Or how often when a kid falls and they hurt themselves, we're like, "You're okay, you're okay, you're okay." Because we're uncomfortable, because we want them to stop crying. Well, yeah, it might. Yes, they are okay. But now you're telling them it's not okay to cry. It's not okay to be hurt. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. No, let them hurt. Let them be sad. Oh, my love, I bet that hurts. My goodness. Yeah, cry it out, because guess what? Tears are soothing the pain, even if it's physical pain, emotional pain. The tears are serving, they're purposeful. So there's so many times where when we were little, when they tried to put caps over us, and there was things that were said. And so Lyra, thank you, Lyra. You guys, y'all should all put the phonetic pronunciation of your names in there for me. I love that. You said that you have an interesting share on that topic. Do you feel comfortable to come on to the group and unmute?
Sure. We'll see how this goes with my. Hi.
Hi.
I'm in Texas as well, so hi to a fellow Texan,
Awesome.
Central Texas. Well, just when you were saying that about how we focus so much on the food, clothing, shelter for our children, especially for the children that are coming in now, in these waves are so high frequency. And I was talking to a lawyer that I'm working with a few days ago, and she's like, I have this case with this child, and he's only 8 years old, and he's suicidal. And people, people will just like tell me these things. Okay, like that's heavy. And she's like, I can't figure it out, because his parents provide him everything. He has a really nice home. And I was like, well, what do you mean by everything? Well, he has all the things all these toys, and they have a lot of money and wealth. And I'm like, yeah, but what's the relationship like with the parents? Well, they're always fighting with each other, and they're just really focused on their own issues. And I was like, I think the reason that he's suicidal, and the part that they're missing, is that no one is feeding his need for love and connection. And she just kind of stopped, and she was like she had never thought about that before. I was like, yeah, what about that? What about that need? Because and as the mother of 4 children, I can say honestly, I feel like I have a right to say that with 4 children, 4 boys, what they need most of all is just love and connection.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Mm-hmm. Everything else is secondary.
I so agree with you. And even beyond that, one of my old mentors said, she was also a mother, and she was saying this about all relationships. She said, our only responsibility. Oh, there's your little seated little
There's one of them.
earthling.
Yes. There's
Hi,
William.
darling. Cutie. Oh my goodness. So sweet.
Thank you. Say
So
hi.
hi. Oh, he's like, no, I don't know if I want to. That's okay. My mentor, she had shared, like, literally our only role and responsibility in any relationship we are in, especially our relationship and roles as parents, is to offer unconditional love, support, and acceptance. Unconditional love, unconditional support, unconditional acceptance. That's it. That's all. It really is. And I love that. The love, the connection, right? And accepting them as they are, and celebrating that, and fostering that. And I think that's just crucial, and oftentimes, yes, an overlooked missing piece for our society. They have everything they need: food, shelter, money. Well, some of the most happy people are
Right.
living in Africa, and
Right.
right, like, because they know that happiness is found. And one of my dear friends in his travels to India and some of the most impoverished regions, and he said the joy and the children that he met breathed new life into him, and around, the way he viewed humanity, because they had, as according to the societal standard, they had nothing yet had everything.
And the beautiful piece that I've experienced, and maybe other parents can echo this, is that when you give those things to your children that you didn't have, because my story is similar to yours, Lacey, with the neglect and the, and severe parental neglect. But when you're giving that to your children, you are also giving it to your inner child. And so, and when you do it consciously, okay, when you do it consciously, when you say, I give you love and I give little Lyra or little you the attention, I'm honoring that you're sad right now and that it's okay.
Yeah.
It's absolutely transformative. So, yeah, I wanted to share that as well. Here's the other one. So say hi.
Oh my gosh. You got a whole tribe of the most adorable little towhead. They call them towhead blondes. I was a little towhead blonde.
Yes.
Blonde hair, blue, giant eyes.
Yeah. I've got some like major starseed children going on. So it's a
You
big
do.
responsibility. And so that's why I do this work, is for them.
Yeah, for them, absolutely. For them and for you. And it's so beautiful because in what you're sharing now, I can intensely feel your inner child. I can feel her presence, and she feels so nourished by your relationship to your children.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah. And that's just so beautiful. It really is, that she feels so held and nourished and seen, and that we get to. And you guys come back for Dr. Summer Nicole. Dr. Summer Nicole has created the somatic reparenting method, and it's an incredible method. And it is exactly that. The intention is to reparent. Thank you so much, Lyra, by the way. Thank you. Sending you so much love. It is a method similar, not too dissimilar to what we're, kind of touching into, but we've got lots of tools we're working with. But it is a method to truly reparent your inner child, to coddle and love and give our inner children everything that we did not receive. It's not this afternoon. Ashley, let me tell you what day she's speaking on. She will be here on Thursday, March 6th. She'll be our second speaker of the day. So around 4:45 or so on Thursday. Dr. Summer Nicole. She's fantastic. She's got a really interesting background too. She started in Kundalini yoga. Actually, no, she started as a doctor, supporting with physical therapy, realized that people weren't getting healthy, that it wasn't a physical thing. And then she went into Kundalini yoga, and then she eventually started studying the nervous system. And then she started studying the inner child work, and realizing, again, just like I've been sharing with you guys, healing is not done in the mind. It's not done solely in belief work. It's done in and through the body. And so even with her inner child reparenting method, it's somatic. She calls it somatic, with the body, utilizing the body. Very similar to what we're doing here. Yes, please come back for that one. It's a great day too, because Tom T. Moore will be speaking earlier before her. And I love Tom. Tom is my spiritual grandfather. And I told him that I've known him for years, but he's not known me. You know how it is when you follow somebody in their work for like years and you've never actually gotten to meet them. And then I invited him to be on this event and he said yes. And now we talk on the phone because he calls me. And so we talk and he's so sweet. And finally I was like, you're my spiritual grandfather. I've thought this for a long time. And he's just incredible. He's amazing. He's got a really cool prayer method and he's got blogs, and much of what I teach and share has been confirmed by him in his work. Yeah. Thank you. So it's all of these speakers, all of the speakers hold with them a particular frequency of just absolute love and a level of consciousness and wisdom that is they're embodiments of what we're working with today and during this event. They're embodiments of that sovereign divinity. They're embodiments of that reclamation of power. They're embodiments of that divine oneness. So it's such an honor to have them here sharing with you guys. Yeah. Thank you so much, Lyra, again. I hope that this conversation, I hope that this is just at the very minimum, a great reminder for you all, and the more that we hear the things that are true, the more that we're reminded, the more that we're creating evidence, the more that we can submerge ourselves in these frequencies of these truths, the more that it becomes our operating system, the more that it just becomes how we show up in the world. And it takes time to come from that mental level down into the emotional, into the physical, and the physical is the embodiment. So again, I wish we could snap our fingers and do it all in one session. But then would it really be worth it? Like, would we really appreciate it on the other side as much as we do? Because when you're on the other side, it's like, oh man, that was hard, but I'm glad I did that. There's a lot of science around doing things that are hard and scary and doing it anyways, and how it rewires our entire system to be able to do more. So the more you do scary things, the more that you take action, you're reinforming and you're like, oh, okay, I am possible. Be more. Thank you for holding this event and sharing. Bless us all. Thank you so much for being here. It is such an honor. It really, really, really is. Yes, what you resist persists. Definitely. Which is why we're not here to resist. We are here to tap into the resistance, feel into it, and invite it to be seen, be witnessed. And the moment that it's like, oh, you hear me, you see me, it dissolves. It's like, oh, I don't have to be so loud anymore. That's nice. And it's like, oh, okay. I was heard, right? Just like our inner children. They just want to be heard. They want to be seen. They want to be witnessed. They want to know somebody cares. They actually say that Teal Swan, she says that neglect of a child is worse than screaming at them. That if you scream at a child, at least they feel seen and somewhat important. But if you ignore a child, then she actually says, honestly, she says, if you ignore a child, have you heard of the Ferber method where they like the cried out method? She actually says that if you ignore a child, and that cry method creates more psychopaths than anything else, because that's actually how detrimental to our psyche it is to be ignored. So if you think about that as it relates to our own inner children, we've been ignoring our inner children. And they are throwing tantrums and they are screaming and they're yelling and they are mad at us. And so, yeah, we get to bring them forward and love them and coddle them and let them know that they're safe and that we care. And that's the same that was Teal Swan, Mike. Yeah. And so, yeah, it's the same for not just the inner child part of us. If you're familiar with parts work, like it's the same for our inner masculine, our inner feminine, our inner critic, our inner ego, all parts of us. want to be seen and heard. And the moment that they are, it's like, oh, okay, cool. The resistance, it's like holding on so tight. And they're like, oh, I don't have to hold on as much anymore because I'm not alone in this. Yeah, the cried out method. I'm so glad that there's so much around parenting that we were just told that was wrong. There's so much around food and diet that we were just told and it was wrong. And we're figuring it out. We're figuring it out and we're releasing the shame. Arno, thank you. So glad to have you here. I hope to see you back tomorrow morning. The resistance, holding back, even when you want, even when something you want presents itself. Yeah. Yeah. Because what is that resistance? It's part of you saying, you're not worthy of that. You can't have that. You're not safe to say yes to that. And the universe rewards action. It rewards us saying yes. All right, beloveds. I love you so much. We've got some people trailing off and saying their goodbyes. It's 1:00. We'll see you back here this afternoon and tomorrow in the morning. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Such a pleasure, such an honor. We'll see you soon. Aura, thank you, darling. Aurora. We've got some of the most gorgeous names in here, and my tongue is having the most complicated time pronouncing the beauty that is your names. We've got Laura with an L apostrophe, which is amazing. I love that. Beautiful names. All right, darlings. We'll see you back here later.